Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Croc 2. 3 levels are down and there's 2 left to go. One has to do with the train terminal all the way over here. Except looks to me like we have a little bit of an issue with the train conductor. Or at least a signal guy. Don't give cute little fuzzballs trains. At least not full-size ones that actually serve a purpose. Okay, and also, this is a bad scenario. Let's go! Chase the choo-choo train, there it goes! This level is already immediately insane just by the music alone. Like, I'll just say it right now. Nope, I can't reach it. One small little move that I actually have not shown off yet is the move I just did. It's known as a long jump. It's a little bit of a weird thing in order to actually pull off because you have to be moving and then press L1 and R1 at the same time. It's a long jump for the reason that it makes you go a longer distance. But at this point in the game, there's really not a big use to use it. Now, in terms of the hecticness of this thing, there's the train. Sometimes it's good to go a little bit faster. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm kind of at a crossroads in terms of liking the music for this, because, well, it does serve its purpose of being a train chase music, but it's a little bit too obvious, in my case. Like, this isn't some Ow, you jerk. It's a little bit too 1920s for me in terms of the music, but when you have something like this go on in the background, in little sections like this, it feels like it's going to be like a train heist movie. The only thing Croc needs now is a horse. I think the camera could be a little bit better because, well, it is pointed at a specific angle just for dynamic purposes, but otherwise you're not able to see the train that you're supposed to be running alongside. We don't need those in our way. Running into those wooden logs back there, whether it's just like nudging them or getting smack into them, you will get hurt. Platform box, which will lead over here and to the right, or left, depending on your direction. This is also the first actual level in the Ice World, in the Cossack Village, that really shows off the ice. And to be honest, we're going to be coming to a point where I'm just going to say I do not like the ice physics in this game. Because you can easily get screwed up. Now that post and this post right here, you do need to use a triple jump in order to get up to the top. Camera's also not friend of anybody. The first instance of finding a problem with the ice. Just watch as I kill this enemy. See how I'm blasted to a specific direction at, like, really fast speed? Yeah, that can easily screw you up and make you go into a pit. It's no fun. Alright, this guy is gonna not... Okay, he's not gonna show up. Awesome. you better have some good momentum, because ice has a really bad tendency of just killing your momentum in terms of running and jumping. And that's what happens when you nudge into one of those. That good. All I'm really saying is it's best to be careful in terms of ice. Plan on your moves accordingly, and you should be okay and relatively fine. This Clockwork Gobo section has your Gobo going really fast. I think the movements on ice for the Clockwork Gobo are a little bit more slidey than regular, but I'm not really able to tell very well. Can I get the heart? Good. Off the cliff with you! And time for another cliff chase. The train actually is not that big. It only has one cart, so it's not like we're saving a very important train. Then again, the Gobos have an unfinished train. The other obstacles in this level include rocks. The rocks are weird, because really, if you are in the vicinity of just, like, the bottomless pit where the rocks are falling off of, you are going to get hit, because that is an entire hitbox column. So just don't run through, and just kind of plan accordingly. No, I need to get a good look at this guy. New enemy type! Oh, God. Okay. I'm a little bit hectic just because of the music, but yeah, look at this guy. He's pretty much just like a skeleton guy. If he has a proper name and I'm able to find it, I'll put it up later, because the name is escaping me if I ever actually knew the name. Is he coming back or not? You cannot kill this guy, so don't even try. Just avoid him as much as you can. Okay. Because right now he's pretty much just scooting by on his own terms. Don't bother him, or he'll bother you. Camera, please. Yeah. Okay. Now we have a set 5 number, and there's a heart that I desperately need. And we're actually coming up onto the end of the level. Slowing down the music, and actually the pace of this level, we have 4 of the colored crystals. The last one is in this box, but don't go into the next door, whatever you do. Instead, go up here. This is not a train track of any kind of sense, but around, there's our key for the box. The last of the crystals, and now we can actually go and collect what is left in here. And there we go. Now we can go against and find the Golden Gobo. Now this specific Golden Gobo section, I don't really like doing. It's relatively short, actually. It's not that hard, but remember what I said about killing enemies while you're on ice. Good thing we're at full health. To be honest, don't worry about getting hit a lot, but don't go about killing enemies, because chances are you're going to be hitting an enemy, but then you'll be flung out somewhere. Usually into a pit. And when that happens, you're going to be pulling out your hair, because then you're going to be having to do this level all over again. Now, this next room is the last room of the level. I'm just going to be going through it, and I'll see you at the end of the level. And there we have it! We stopped the train. We had to flip that switch. However, if we didn't, we would have had to do the level over again. There's an incredible dick move with the end of that level. If you are not beelining straight for that switch and hitting it, the train will then just go onto the unfinished section, fall off, get destroyed, and you will have to do the level over. Like, you are done. And it's so terrible to have that actually happen. Ugh. So I'm kind of at odds with that level. It is crazy insane with the music going on. It's really dynamic in terms of like what kind of atmosphere it's trying to set for itself. But man, is it so boggled up and just kind of a big mess overall. So now, we have one last level to do. Where are those snowball kids? There they are. Okay, we're not going to deal with them, hopefully. Because our last level is with this guy. So, what? It's that level in Mario 64 where we have to take the snowman's head down from the bottom of the mountain? Or what exactly is it? Did that Gobo just warp places? You jerks. It's level time. It's just snowball madness. Yeah, not really so much Mario 64 as it is Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex? The only thing I'm reminded of when playing this kind of level is the Atlas Sphere levels in that game, which came out like 2 years after this and was much better. The one thing I do really appreciate about a level like this, though, is the fact that this kind of idea was in place, like, in 1999. Was it perfected? Absolutely not. To get a really good, like, I can't really give you a good sense of how these controls actually function, but the ball is, your snowball is still incredibly floaty. You don't really get a good sense of braking or, like, accelerating or decelerating. Ow. But it is relatively easy in order to get through enemies and collect crystals, and also get hung up on wall geometry at the same time. But this is another thing where you have to take it slow, which I don't like doing. Because in the atmosphere levels of Crash Bandicoot, you're able to go really quick and really smoothly, and I want to go on the left path first, or I want to die first, it doesn't matter, instead. But the thing is, with the Atmosphere levels, you were able to do them really quick, they were really fluid, and just kind of excellent in that case. This one I have a terrible sense of depth perception, and because the ball is not really all that responsive, and goes like Mach speed on weird inclines, like that, like this, stop, please. You're just gonna have a tough time, especially doing this your first time. There is no way you'd be able to do a time trial mode with controls like this. Good. If you're wanting to get everything in this level, you're going to be having to do these multiple paths over pits, dodging things like this, and being nice and slow. And then and then there's blind spots like that, because they decide to do multiple levels. Which I don't mind. But, the other thing about the snowman is it doesn't have a carrot nose, but then again, it would have been crushed by just the rolling and everything. And, okay. Alright, we'll just keep going. I find that the music is relatively standard for a level like this, too. This way, please. Thank you. And of course, you have to be dealing with narrower and narrower paths. And will lead you into dead ends themselves. I don't want to do this. I might just die. Okay, good. I will confess that I'm not really good at doing these kind of courses all that well. Case in point. Luckily, I'm not that far behind, but I do want to get that box, which is going to take some finessing, which this game doesn't like doing for me. You can also die too. Once you get onto these wooden tracks, you are just automatically going through it. So once you see something on, like, your left, you're gonna be going like, no, 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 and then you're gonna be leaving it behind forever. Which is unfortunate. And there we go. All 5 colored crystals. That would have been I think my first time not saying crystals in this playthrough. I wanna go this way. Get those precious. We're relatively good about that. The Dantinis all of a sudden surprise attacking you can sometimes be in... It looked like Santa. Is there Santa Dantinis in this game? I have no idea. But being slow like this is a lot better. There we go. All 100 crystals, we have all the gems, and we have our golden gobo. Your snowman head has been delivered! He still needs a carrot. Somebody got a nose for him? So there really wasn't much of a contest going on, because the Dantinis really just kind of went forego the contest to sabotage the gobos. Alright then, sure. Have it their way. And that is it for all of the levels in World 2. I do have to say they're quite a variety, but a little bit... I think there should have been a little bit more focus, if anything, but that's just me trying to nitpick. And as you can see, we have all 5 golden gobos in the world, so now we can head on into the golden gobo door. Huh. The king also says something about, well, the clever gobo, probably the professor, the inventor. He still snaps into place and just is ever vigilant. But yes, since all the levels are now completed, all we have left is the last golden gobo door, and also the bosses. So, I will see you next time, everyone, as we go and tackle that and finish up World 2. See you next time, everyone.